All right, so with our solution and our publisher created, let's just go ahead and start creating our tables. And the first table we're going to be creating is going to be our vehicle table. So just go straight to tables and go to new. And I'm going to be using the table advanced properties to create our tables. All right, so for my display name, I'm going to be using vehicle info. Mostly because I already created the solution. So if I use vehicle, it's not going to allow me. So I'm going to use vehicle info for my table display name. And with that, the plural name will be vehicle infos. Description will be this. So when you're done filling this in, switch over to the primary column and add vehicle name for the display name, registration, the registration of a vehicle for the description, and for advanced options, just leave it as business required. And for maximum character count, we're going to change this to 50. So when you're done with that, switch back over to the properties. Let's take a look at the advanced options. This looks fine. I'm going to activate this for vehicles table and hit save to create our first table with our first column. Now, while we're here, let's just continue creating the rest of the columns for the vehicle. So the next column is going to be the make is the next column. And for display name, we're going to leave it as make. For description, the make of the vehicle. Data type, we leave it as single line of text. Format text. Behavior should be simple. For required, we're going to actually make this business required per the documentation. And then for advanced options, change this to 50 per the documentation, and then hit save to create the make column. So the next column is going to be the model. For the model, it's going to be the same as the make. So display name is going to be model. Description is the model of the vehicle. Data type is going to be single line of text. Format text to required, just like the make, we're going to have business required. And then advanced options, we're going to modify this to 50 and then hit save to complete that column. And onto the next column, which should be the vehicle image. So that's display name, vehicle image with description or picture of the vehicle. For data type, we're going to change this to image. So file and then pick image. And then you can pick primary image, that's fine. Advanced option, this looks okay. Just hit save to create the vehicle image column. All right, and then the last but not the least is going to be the vehicle owner email column. So display name will be vehicle owner email. Description will be the email associated with the owner of the vehicle. Data type will be single line of text. Format will be text. We can leave required as optional. And then for advanced options, we're going to leave it at max count 100 and then hit save. All right, and with that, we've actually completed the requirements for our vehicle info. Let's move on to the next table. And the next table on our list this time around, we are also going to be using the table advanced properties. Well, like I said, the next table on our list is the parking request table. So in my scenario, I'm naming my parking request info. You should name yours parking request for the table name. So plural will be parking request infos, and then description will be a table listing request made by visitors and staff for parking. So once you're done filling this out, switch over to the primary column. And for the display name, make sure it's parking request name. Description will be the name of the parking request. We will use an auto number column. More on the auto number later. So, and then for advanced options, we're going to modify this to 100 as per the documentation. And then I'm going to switch back over to the properties. Just take a quick view of the advanced. It looks fine. And then hit save to create the new table with the new column. All right, now that that's created, let's just continue adding the rest of the columns. So click on columns, click on new column, and the next column name is parking requests. Date time is going to be the display name of the new column. And then for the description, it will be the date and time the vehicle was parked. And then for data type, we are going to be picking date and time for the data type. For the required section, make sure you switch this to business required. And the rest should be fine and just hit save. So that's for the parking request datetime column. The final column we're going to be creating is going to be the vehicle column, and this is going to be a lookup to the vehicle table we created already. All right, so I named my vehicle info, and for description, it's going to be the vehicle that is requesting the right to park. And since this is going to be a lookup field, we're going to change the data type to lookup. And you can leave required as optional, but for table, make sure you search for the table. In our case, we are looking for the vehicle info table. And let's take a look at advanced options. That looks good. Just hit save to create the new column that creates a lookup to our vehicle info table. And with that, we are done with our two tables. Let's go on and create the third and final table. So just like before, so click on new, click on tables, and we're going to be using the advanced properties. So for my display name, I'm going to be using parking inspection info. So you should be using parking inspection. And then for plural name, it's just going to be parking inspection infos. And then description is a table where the records indicate the date and time that a vehicle has parked in a car park. And so once you're done filling this out, switch over to the primary column. And for display name, make sure to put parking inspection name. Description is an auto number column for parking inspection. And then for advanced options, we're going to change this to 100. And I'm going to switch back here just so I can view the advanced options again. They look good. I'm just going to hit save. All right, so our parking inspection table has been created. Let's continue creating the rest of the columns. So click on columns, click on new column. All right, so we are going to be using inspection date time for our display name for our new column. And the date is going to be the date and time of the inspection. For data type, we're going to be picking dates and time. And then for required, this is going to be a business required. All right, and with that, you can take a look at the advanced options, but they look okay from where I'm sitting. So just hit save. And once you're done hitting save, click on new column. Let's create the other column that's going to be coming up. So the other two columns are going to be lookup to the tables we already created. The first one is going to be the parking requests. So I'm going to call my parking request info. And then the description is going to be a lookup to a valid parking request. And for data type, we will pick a lookup. For required, we're going to leave this as optional. And then let's look for our table, parking request info table. Hit no. I don't know why that happened. But this should look fine. And then hit save to create the first lookup. And let's create the final column, which is another lookup. In my situation, so my display name is vehicle info, and it's a lookup to the vehicle table for data type. Just like before, lookup. In our scenario, we want this to actually be business required. And then let's search for our table. In our case, vehicle info table. And then hit save to create the final column. And with that, we have our three tables all equipped with the columns we need. All right, the next step is to create the model-driven app and then import our tables in. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.